Hello and welcome to Japan here in the Twin Ring Motegi, and it's a brilliant circuit to be going to this weekend. We've of course had MotoGP all day today of qualifying. We've just had the sprint race. Won't say who won because I don't really want to spoil it, to be honest. But yeah, it was a brilliant race, of course, and yeah, Max Verstappen, the reigning world champion, is going to be the first one out on track to tackle the Twin Ring. And let's see how it goes. It is a brilliant circuit. Super Formula have already been here this year, which does give an advantage to a certain Liam Lawson, who's already driven it. Or to be fair, I'd say giving him an advantage. The only race, the race that did happen, he spun on the second corner, on the exit of the second corner on lap 1 and caused a massive crash and a red flag. He did keep going off. He did manage to keep going, but it did kind of ruin his Super Formula chances. But yeah, anyway, about that, I'm sure that he'll be fine on a circuit. Very tricky circuit, in fact, here at Motegi. Of course, normally we'd be at 7 AM start, but we're 2 hours later. 9 AM start. Of course, sunset in less than an hour, so we've got to hurry up with this qualifying session, or yeah, that would be great. Anyway, let's go on board with Max Verstappen as he tackles the Twin Ring straight down towards turn 1. Is it 1 or 2 corners? I don't know. It's kind of like a hairpin, double apex. I'd say it's 2 corners, to be honest. Turn 1 and 2, going down the second straight towards turn 3. And let's see. Turn 3, pretty good. In turn 4, another clean corner for Verstappen. Turn 5 now, you think it's only 90 degrees, but it's a lot less than 90 degrees. It's quite a tight, long right-hander. Not too long, but still quite a tricky corner for a flat out. Turn, I think, 6, before turn 7 and 8, a big chicane. But like that one in the Nürburgring, just a little bit smaller, I think. Another long right-hander, though, before turn 9. They're all kind of 90 degree, not 90 degree corners, if you know what I mean. He's got Hamilton to his left of Verstappen. Not really ideal, but yeah. Anyway, he goes down the back straight now towards the final section of corners. I think only 5 corners is it left? There's 1, and then no, 4 corners actually. 2, 3, yeah, 4 corners. Very tricky last 2 corners, that, in my opinion. But Verstappen crosses the line. Where's he going to go? It's going to be P1. And does Hamilton get past him? No, he doesn't. If it's not, no, he does. Does Hamilton? He's in P2. So no, it's Liam Lawson to the home favourite. Not home favourite. Sorry, the Super Formula driver who's already raced here this season is the one that's fastest of them all. But Oscar Piastri straight away goes faster. So does Valtteri Bottas just behind him. But Lando Norris now on provisional pole. In the other McLaren, Zhou Guanyu goes up to 4th. Yuki Tsunoda, the home favourite, in 5th. And let's see, George Russell, championship leader. Where does he go across the line? And it's going to be provisional pole for the championship leader, George Russell. He needs a result here today, or tomorrow, sorry. Anyway, Verstappen now down in P12. There's Felipe Drugovich about to set a lap. Where does he go with this one? The Brazilian rookie. He scored points in every single start so far in his career. Hang on, I swear it was... Okay, I've got the wrong part of the track, clearly. But anyway, where's he going to finish this lap? Here's the final bit. It's Felipe Drugovich. He's going to cross the line, and it's going to be still P20, so slowest of them all is Felipe Drugovich, so a shame that is for the Aston Martin Brazilian. Back of Max Verstappen, he's got Hamilton behind him, currently in P16, so someone else goes faster. I think that's Pierre Gasly up to P4, Charles Leclerc's gone up to P2, while we've been looking at other people. Anyway, Verstappen down to 17th. Oh, he almost squeezes Hamilton there. Oh, Verstappen's off the track and Verstappen's into the wall hard. Verstappen's into the wall, and I think, no, to be fair, it's not actually that hard. He's able to get away with just a broken front wing. Can he keep out the gravel? Oh, it's very fair enough. Verstappen keeping out the gravel. But it looked like he collided with Lewis Hamilton there. Quick replay on board with Verstappen. What actually happened there? Oh, he's just hit by Hamilton and then just can't slow the car down as he goes into the wall. Let's go on board with Hamilton. So we can see what happened from his point of view, and doesn't really give him much room, to be honest. Let's go back to live coverage now. There you go. I wonder if Hamilton can do any better without Verstappen in front of him. That's teammate Nick De Vries. Someone said Perez then, but it is Nick De Vries in the other Red Bull. And it's Hamilton now. Where actually is he? Oh, that's where he hit stuff. No, it's not. He just went for it. So towards the hairpin now. Done 5 laps so far as Hamilton. Hamilton goes through the final few corners now. Where's this lap going to go for the 7-time world champion? He opens the DRS flap, and where's he going to go? He's going to go still P15. That's big nothing. Straight right down to P17, 16. Yeah. Verstappen's still in the pit, so unable to do anything. And Liam Lawson right at the back. The only driver I believe to have driven here, apart from Pierre Gasly and anyone else that's actually been in Super Formula. Kind of forgot about that, but yeah, I would expect more from Liam Lawson. Especially, yes, it was a damaged car when he drove here, and yes, it's a different car to when he drove here. I'd still expect a decent result. Pierre Gasly in P6, was it 2016 or 17 he was in Super Formula? I think it was 2017. Yeah, it was, so 6 years, give or take, since he last drove around the Twin Ring. Of course, now called Mobility Resort Motegi, but Twin Ring sounds better. And there's the Frenchman currently in P6. Let's go on board, see how he does. In a second, I might try and get some corner numbers. I'm a bit tired, I reckon. Of course, last week we had the Thai Grand Prix. If you didn't watch it, then why didn't you? I mean, ATM start isn't that early, so just wake up early. Anyway, yeah, Gasly stays P6 with that lap, as it was Nico Hulkenberg who won the last race in Thailand on the last lap, currently in P8. As we see some more cars going through. Just having a little look through some cameras. Probably better this or just watching now. I think for the start maybe this would be better. I don't know. Let's find a bunch that go through here and then... I don't know, it kind of feels like a bit like a USF broadcast, and if you didn't know, they're absolutely shocking. Anyway, Hulkenberg currently in P8. It's Hulkenberg round to the final corner. Is this up going to do anything for him? No. Anyway, what about the winner from 2 races ago in Moscow? The other Haas driver, Kevin Magnussen. Where is he? Currently P13. So not brilliant for the 2 Haas drivers who won the last 2 races. K-Mag down in P13. The lap doesn't improve him at all. What about the winner before that? Alexander Albon in Italy, currently P10. So the Williams driver doing alright in P10. Got his home race last weekend. It was abysmal. So what happened? Was it turn 1 he got involved in something? No, I think he got pit maneuvered by Ocon. When Ocon tried to go into the pits and he got stuck in the pit lane and went a few laps down. Unfortunately for the Thai driver, his home race was a race to forget. I mean, not many other circuits in Thailand. I think there's only one other, and it's a street circuit, which is worse than Macau. So, don't think we'll go to Thailand anytime soon. Anyway, how's Verstappen doing? We haven't seen him since he crashed out, and he's still in the pits. Liam Lawson is even slower than Verstappen, and he's in P20. Obviously, but unable to just, I don't know, has he not got the pace or something? I mean, obviously not, because he's not faster than the other drivers, but you never know. I apologise. Yeah, bit weird, but I don't know. Just gonna check my microphone. Check. The difference. Just didn't really feel like it was working, but I think it is. There's Lawson, he's that's Drogovic behind him in the Aston Martin. Drogovic, I think scored points in every race. I think so. He scored points last weekend in Thailand, I do believe he did. And Lawson remains in P20. With about 6 minutes left in the session. Verstappen back out on track now. So let's give the reigning world champion a watch. Of course, Red Bull powered by, it is technically called Red Bull powertrains, but they are manufactured by Honda. I was about to say starting a lap, but it's the other start line for the West Circuit, is it? Or maybe East Circuit? I don't know. I think it's East. Anyway, Verstappen now. Let's go on board. Yeah, why not? Let's go on board with Verstappen as he tries to improve on his current P19. Turn 1 and turn 2 looking good. No, next corner, turn 3, turn 4. Actually, turn 1 is technically one corner, apparently. I wouldn't call it one corner, but apparently it is just one corner. it's a 14 turn track. Let's see how Verstappen copes with it. It goes through the long sweeping turn 8 before turn 9, a hairpin like corner. Not exactly a 180, but not exactly a 90 either. And he goes down towards turn 11, 90-degree corner. And he goes around the final few corners. Where's this lap going to put him? It's going to be provisional pole for the reigning world champion. It's Max Verstappen in the Honda-powered Red Bull, who goes on provisional pole with about 5.5 minutes left of this session. It's a good lap from the Dutchman, the Flying Dutchman. Oh, gets good in the grass there. I don't think this lap will be anywhere near as good as the last one, but you never know. And he goes up. Technically, that corner's 2, by the way. Wouldn't call it 2 corners. Always on the grass, and Verstappen's off, and it's very high speed off into the wall, and that is Verstappen's qualifying over. It's Max Verstappen as he rolls down. Just realised I pressed the wrong button. Nice one. And I hope Max is okay. You not normally see cars roll like that. And he's getting out of the car. That was a very strange crash indeed. Let's see what happened there off board. Oh, just gets into the grass and can't slow the car down. And it's a big hit. Surely the gravel could be doing a bit of a better job, but anyway, let's go back to live coverage, and we will get back going. There you go. Anyway, so Verstappen currently on provisional pole with George Russell behind the championship leader. I mean, he's had a good season, but he just like, I think he got a podium somewhere. Where was it? I think he had a podium recently. But apart from that, his results haven't been up to scratch. I mean, Monza was shocking. He DNF from Assen, Monza, and Estoril, and I think Slovakia, and where did we just go? Moscow. I think he got. Was it on the podium last week? I think he might have been, to be fair. But still, not a brilliant season, despite being championship leader. He's only won one race. That was the season opener in Argentina. Sorry. 2 races if you count the sprint race in the Lausitz Ring. Speaking of sprint races, we have one next weekend at Sentul for the Indonesian Grand Prix. It was meant to be the Vietnamese Grand Prix at Hanoi, but that got cancelled due to the track issues. But yeah, so it's still a sprint race, but a different venue. It's 2 sprint weekends in a row, just like we had earlier on with doubleheader at Austria and Germany. It's going to be after that, and 2 weeks after that is going to be the American Grand Prix at Road America. That would be a very good race, in my opinion. Brilliant circuit. And between those 2 races is the Martinsville 250 for the SRS playoff second round. We've already had the first round a few weeks back at Orchard Lake. I think some drivers knocked out. I think the Cesaris was knocked out. Nannini, Capelli, and Prost. Off the top of my head, I'll have to double check it though. But I believe it was those 4 who got knocked out in the first round. And team-wise, who was it? Not actually sure, to be honest. Anyways, George Russell still unable to set a lap. He's got 30 seconds to get to the line to set one more. But having traffic, I don't think it's going to entirely help him. And of course there's technically not traffic, there's people on laps as well, but not as quick laps, which is denying George Russell provisional pole. How's other people doing? Tsunoda, home driver, 16th on the grid at the moment. 30 seconds left to set a lap. It is now qualifying over, so we'll have to see how Moore's going to come to the pits, probably because even a lap. So I think that should be qualifying over. So most people come into the pits. Still might be a few laps to be finished. So, I don't think Liam Lawson will be on a lap. Let's just fast forward a little bit. I think, yeah, that's qualifying over. So let's go through your grid, not Andy Moore. Let's go through your grid for the Grand Prix, Japanese Grand Prix. Of course, following the MotoGP Japanese Grand Prix, we have the Formula 1 Japanese Grand Prix, and at the back, it's the AlphaTauri of Liam Lawson. Not a good qualifying session for the driver who drove here most recently in Super Formula not too long ago. We've got Carlos Sainz in 19th, another poor qualifying for him. I mean, he got pole 2 races ago, no, second 2 races ago, but you know what I mean. Logan Sargent on his return from a concussion-like injury after missing 2 races, being replaced by Shane Van Gisbergen at Moscow and Thai. He's going to start in 18th place. It's Lewis Hamilton in 17th. Tsunoda, the home favourite, in 16th place. Joe 15th. Magnussen 14th. Ocon 13th. Stroll 12th. Albon 11th. Bottas 10th. Hulkenberg, the reigning race winner, in 9th. Piastri in 8th. Gasly 7th. De Vries 6th. Drogovic 5th. Norris 4th. Leclerc 3rd. Russell 2nd. And your reigning world champion, Max Verstappen, on pole for the Japanese Grand Prix. Make sure you're here tomorrow. 9 AM, no, 10 to 9 start it will be. So make sure you're there for that. And we'll see you then. Goodbye.